Good morning, students. Welcome back in your SS class. Student, we have started chapter number 2 of history, that is from trade to territory. The company establishes power. Already we have seen two part of this chapter. Now this will be the third part. So before going to ahead, and you can say before discussing further, first of all, we will see the basic topics which we will cover in this video lecture. In the last video lecture, we have discussed about the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. And in this video lecture, we will start the events after the Battle of Buxar. Then we will discuss company official became the Nabobs. What do you think about Nabobs? Who are these Nabobs? What this term denote? And you can tell us. We will discuss this thing. And at the last of this video lecture, we will discuss expansion of the company rule. Hence, it will be a small part, but it is very important part. So we must be careful while using and while seeing this video lecture, right, students? Now, student, let's discuss the events after the Battle of Buxar. Okay, before discussing this thing, let's recap the previous video lecture. In 1757, you can say that there was a Battle of Plassey, where this battle was fought between Siraj-ud-Dowlah and you can say Robert Clive, means you can say the East India Company. Okay, East India Company, they got a farman, and according to that farman, she can trade, means it can trade without any paying any duty. Without paying any duty, it can trade. So the company officials, they took the benefit of it and they started to do, you can say that private trading also. And they were not also paying any type of tax and you can say revenue. But all the people, and you can say all the rulers of the Bengal, and you can say the Nawab of Bengal, they told that this right was given just only to the company, not all the company officials for the private trade. But because we have studied that this order, and you can say this farman, they got from the Aurangzeb. It was the last powerful Mughal emperor. So no one has dare, you can say no one had any dare to speak in front of him. So that's why they were just only keep mum at that time. But when Aurangzeb died and the later Mughal, they were very weak. And all the, you can say, Nawabs and all the governors, they took the benefit of this weakness and they started to be independent. In this way, you can say that the Nawab of the Bengal, it was also got independence. Now Siraj-ud-Dowlah, he forced the English East India Company to pay the tax. He denied to give any concession to English East India Company because they were trading in Bengal, not in the empire of the Mughal. So they demanded, means Siraj-ud-Dowlah demanded you can say duty, taxes. Second thing, he also said that they did not do any interfere in the kingdom, and you can say in the matter of the Siraj-ud-Dowlah. Next thing, he wanted to stop the fortification, but British government did not reply for them. So that's why he attacked in Qasim Bazar, and where he, you can say, blocked the ships also, and he also locked the warehouse. And even it was, you can say that a disregard of the British, you can say, East India Company. So in 1756, Robert Clive, in 1756, Robert Clive, he moved from Madras to Plassey. And in 1757, he reached Plassey. Just wait, students, let me take the attendance. And after taking the attendance, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Mannat Sabharwal, she has raised hand. Yes, Mannat, बोलिए बेटा.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, बेटा.
Sir, can you name some Britishers?
Not getting you.
Sir, can you name some humble and honest Britishers?
This was not mentioned here also.